PNG to avoid being grey-listed. Lay police seized illegal drugs. And PM postponed response to UOG's petition.
A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I am Louis Maingu. Thank you for joining us. In a joint media conference today, the Department of Justice and Attorney General and the Bank of PNG presented action items that are in place to avoid Papua New Guinea being grey-listed. This strategy comes after the 2024 Mutual Evaluation Report from the Financial Action Task Force that requires PNG to meet its technical compliance.
PNG, as part of the Asia-Pacific Group on Money Laundering, is obliged to implement the Financial Action Task Force standards, or FATF, that set standards for combating anti-money laundering, counter-terrorism financing, and counter-proliferation financing of weapons of mass destruction. Director for Financial Analysis and Supervision Unit from the Bank of PNG, Wilson Onea, explained on findings of the 2024 Mutual Evaluation Report.
Although PNG has relevant laws and policies and institutional framework, their implementation is minimal. That is according to that report. It does not mean that PNG is not implementing the laws and policies. Instead, PNG is not implementing those laws at a level that is commensurating the risks that the country faces so far as AML-CTF goes. Those shortcomings mean that PNG is likely will begin to be again placed in the grey list.
Mr. Onea said PNG is currently in a 12-month observation period which will end in October 2025. He said during this time, PNG has the opportunity to show significant progress in responding to recommended actions from the Mutual Evaluation Report.
However, due to significant steps that PNG needs to take to meet the FATF standards and demonstrate effectiveness of its efforts, it is expected that PNG is likely to be grey-listed, as I mentioned. This work cannot be done in 12 months, and it will take a sustained effort by PNG agencies and a whole of government if it is to avoid that listing.
Meanwhile, Secretary for the Department of Justice and Attorney General and co-chair of the National Coordinating Committee on AML-CTF, Dr. Eric Kwa, said there are some actions that PNG is undertaking from November 2024 to date to address the gaps identified in the recent Mutual Evaluation Report.
AML-CTF Strategic Implementation Plan, 2024 to 2025. That's what we call a SIP, S-I-P. The SIP document outlines actions to address the gaps identified in the recent mutual evaluation. There are a total of 73. Action items. The SIP also identifies relevant implementing agencies and the timeframes to implement those actions.
Dr. Eric Kwa indicated that the Bank of PNG through FASU and DJAG are jointly monitoring the implementation of the SIP.
Papua New Guinea through the NCC will continue to work to implement the SIP and its action items. We are prioritizing operational coordination and cooperation amongst operational and law enforcement agencies to enhance the investigation and prosecution of cases relating to financially motivated crimes, including asset recovery. Further, we are prioritizing law reforms to address the concerns that's been identified in the Mutual Evaluation Report.
Dr. Kwa said FASU and DJAG will continue to monitor the SIP implementation activities and will continue to report the progress made.
The Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, yesterday opened a consultation workshop organized by the Department of International Trade and Investment and the National Trade Office on the total review of the full impact of the new U.S. tariff increases.
Minister Maru told the participants from both government and the private sector to provide input on this assessment of the full impact of the new U.S. tariff increases to major trading partners, including Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Vanuatu, and PNG, among others. He requested a full report of the review, including recommendations to be completed before the end of this month, to be presented to the NEC for the government to consider. Minister Maru said impacts on industries that depend on U.S. imports need to be assessed as well. He highlighted that Air Niugini, for instance, mainly import aircraft parts from the U.S., while coffee is one of our major exports to the U.S. Minister Maru went on to note that PNG does not impose tariff on services from the U.S., and this is one area that needs to be looked at. He added that what also needs to be looked at is the fisheries access PNG gives to the U.S. fishing companies who fish and catch tuna in PNG's exclusive economic zones under bilateral agreement, saying no stones should be left unturned. Minister Maru also told the participants at the workshop to review PNG's tariff structure and consider what support the government should be giving, especially the manufacturing industry. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
Based on International Monetary Fund PNG assessment, Papua New Guinea's economic growth rate this year will be around 4.7%.
IMF PNG resident representative Sorab Rafiq said, with the operations of the new Porgera gold mine, PNG will experience a higher growth rate.
Growth in 2024 was slightly below our original forecast of 4.5%. We actually think in 2025 growth will be slightly higher than what we initially forecasted. So instead of 4.5%, we think growth will be at around 4.7%. And again, we're expecting much higher Porgera gold production.
Rafiq reiterated on some of the reforms the Bank of Papua New Guinea has undertaken.
We're beginning to see the benefits of some of the reforms that the BPNG has undertaken, introducing greater exchange rate flexibility. FX availability is sort of significantly improved. FX backlog is significantly smaller than it was 2 years ago. So we should begin seeing some of the benefits of that. So we do see sort of a robust non-resource sector growth. And along with the Porgera gold mine, we're sort of expecting growth of around 4.7%.
He concluded that IMF's overall assessment in 2024 was a 3.8% economic growth rate, with a slight increase to be anticipated this year. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
During a routine check at Lae's Vocal Point boat stop on Tuesday this week, the water police successfully stopped a large number of illegal drugs from entering the city.
The Office of the Lae Metropolitan Superintendent has confirmed that an estimated street value of 3,000 kino worth of the illegal drug marijuana was confiscated by Lae Water Police on Tuesday this week. This was during a routine check conducted at the Vocal Point boat stop for the inspection of small crafts, ensuring the compliance of regulations and safety standards. There, a young man was found in possession of the illegal drugs, where he was then arrested, formally charged and detained in the cells. With the Easter period approaching, police are forced to maintain strong police presence on all fronts to deter criminal activity as well as maintain public safety. Jessica Nui, National EMTV News, Lae.
Prime Minister James Marape has postponed his visit to the University of Goroka to respond to their petition submitted to him last week on national issues.
Prime Minister James Marape was supposed to respond to the petition by University of Goroka students today, however, has postponed his visit following the vote of no confidence on Tuesday. UOG Vice Chancellor Dr. Teng Waninga stated that Prime Minister Marape and the Higher Education Minister, Kinokafeyo, agreed to visit the university and address the points raised in the petition after Easter. The Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology and Ungay Bena MP, Kinokafeyo, received the students' petition last Thursday at the university campus. The 6-point petition was presented by the SRC President, Joshua Sua, on behalf of the student body, highlighted the important national issues that needed government response within 7 days. Failure to do that will result in students to stage a peaceful protest on campus and boycotting of classes. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Local tribes in Lagaib district in Layagam voluntarily took initiative to thoroughly clean their rural township.
Locals from the Payan and Walin tribes gathered in different groups to clean in and around the township vicinity. Spokesperson Rodney Watanikam said youths from Payan and Walin tribes are stepping up and taking ownership of their community by cleaning, restoring law and order and leading the way forward. He emphasized that strong communities are made up of individuals who embrace for change and take ownership of community initiatives and work engagement for the betterment of a society. The township of Layagam is situated along the Highlands Highway leading into the giant Pogera gold mine. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Join us weekly on MTV News A Closer Look, the current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
healing to all the residents.
Business,
CPA launched its VPN,
politics,
to infiltrate into our systems,
sports, and more.
park as we observe the preparations for the women's.
A closer look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
You are watching National MTV News. The telecom employees with their management team in Mount Hagen has commemorated this Easter week by having a short reflection of prayers with Father Paul Purul from St. Paul's Parish in Mount Hagen.
The gathering took place at a telecom office in Mount Hagen, where employees came together to reflect on the significance of this Easter week. Despite a few of the staff attended, they spare one of their hour of work to commemorate this Easter week as it began today. Father Paul Purul led the staff in prayers, sharing messages of hope, resilience, and the remembrance of this special week. He thanked the telecom staffs for giving him this privilege to have this short reflection program with them this morning. Meanwhile, telecom staff Francis Luke said this short event served not only as a spiritual uplift, but also as a reminder of the values that guide telecom in serving its customers and communities. Mr. Luke thanked the management team on allowing this short occasion in their field of work.
I think it through long telecom staffs, long especially again telecom again, underneath long management long pang. I think manager Metu Marenda one them, Anthony Nickens, now side all leader Rebecca, all get all approved long by me. Mi amamas long you may have him is the lot one them long workplace. Lot is one something where you may frame go to some big plus savior blom play saving me blood lot we cross lo is the time and me ko sacrifice lo en company take him la time long giving me plan me blood one time lot one time father Paul Purul senior parish priest blood St. Paul's Parish Mount Hagen Rebbe Multices.
He said this will remind the staffs that they are not just colleagues but part of a larger family united in one mission and values. He further urged everyone to celebrate this Easter week responsibly in how it's supposed to be, as it will be a long Easter weekend. Edward Luke, National MTV News, Mount Hagen.
Mr. Ezekiel Tareka is now the new chairman of the National St. John Ambulance, taking on the role from outgoing chairperson Dame Jean Kekedo.
In his acceptance speech during the handover ceremony today at the headquarters in Port Moresby, Mr. Tareka outlines he aims to build from the legacies of Dame Jean and extend their reach of services to the communities.
St. John will continue to be a leader, setting standards and driving our innovation in emergency care services. So, with the support of our council, our government partners and the community, very important community, we will continue to strengthen the service so that we can take care of Papua New Guineans for generations to come.
Tareka elaborated that part of his responsibility is to ensure the continuous development of their staff and maintain effective and quality service. Under the leadership of Mr. Tareka, they hope to establish a strong collaboration with the national government, which is aimed at supporting their services throughout the country.
So, Dame Jean's strong guidance about having a hospital in Central Province. We can do that, but we need the government to support us as well in terms of funding. It's difficult at times, yeah.
During the ceremony as well, Mr. Peter Lowen also announced his retirement as the deputy chairperson to the council and making the official appointment of Miss Timel Taylor to the role. Tareka expressed his gratitude towards Dame Jean and Mr. Lowen for their undivided support and commitment to the progress of the institution. Natasha Ovoy, National MTV News.
Meanwhile, with the continuous security risk to St. John's ambulance staff and even equipment, Plans are underway for a holistic approach to safeguard the passionate service providers.
In her final remarks during the handover ceremony today, Dame Jean Kakedo noted that St. John Ambulance could expand services in the Highlands area, apart from Central and Morobe provinces. However, security issues involved limit such efforts.
We have slowed down a little because of tribal warfare in the Highlands, because of the attacks on our ambulance services. But there is a possibility of working with those groups too. How we do it in the safety of our staff is paramount.
Noting efforts to address such security concern for St. John Ambulance was CEO Matthew Canning.
We have, through the chair, through the council, been working on a comprehensive and holistic strategy and plan to prevent occupational violence. But it is a problem that continues to persist, and we've been very thankful for the communities that when these issues have occurred, communities have helped identify the culprits and they've been held to account.
Adding to that was the new chairman, Ezekieli Taureka.
It's a holistic approach. It's not only the police ourselves, but it's also the churches, communities and other stakeholders out there to try and get through what we think is a growing social problem with our youth. But it's a long-term issue. It's always there. But I really take my hats off to all our ambulance officers, knowing very well that they're risking their own lives to get down there. But it's part of their passion and their job, and I really thank them for that.
Natasha Ovoy, National EMTV News.
Over 100 teachers and technical vocational education training instructors from various schools in Port Moresby attended a 4-day curriculum writing and assessment workshop.
The workshop held at Don Bosco Technical School, Gabutu in Port Moresby was aimed to equip participants with the necessary skills to develop and implement a competency-based curriculum in their respective trades. Facilitators from Department of Education provided valuable insights and guidance throughout the program. The participants took an active role by delivering presentations showcasing their understanding of curriculum writing and assessment concepts. Their presentations demonstrated the practical application of the theories discussed and allowed for constructive feedback from peers and facilitators. This workshop also focused on practical exercises where participants could apply what they had learned in real-time scenarios. Looking forward, the Department of Education hopes to continue offering such workshops to enhance the capabilities of TVET instructors to create a robust educational framework to meet local needs and aligns with international standards. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Bugbilong Pikinini celebrate its 18 years of empowering PNG's youngest learners through early childhood education.
Since 2007, the organization has helped thousands of children to build strong foundations in literacy, numeracy, and life skills. Speaking during the 18th anniversary, former student Alucia Alusi gave credits to Bugbilong Pikinini for the early literacy skills. Whilst recommending it to other students, Alusi said the organization gave her the tools to succeed. Founder and chairperson Anne Sophie said 18 years is not just a celebration of time, but rather a celebration of transformation. With continued support, Bugbilong Pikinini looks forward to reaching more children in the years to come. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Inonda Adventist School in Oro Province has taken a major step forward in embracing digital learning with the launch of its new e-library wireless computer yesterday.
The initiative was made possible through the support of the Papua New Guinea National Library and Archives. The launch marks the fulfillment of a commitment made last year by the National Library and Archives to provide an e-library facility for Inonda students to access wider range of books and educational materials. Deputy Director of the National Library and Archives, Eddie Sarofa, explained that students and teachers will now be able to access digital books and resources using the newly installed e-library computer.
When you come online, one day down the line, when you go to our www.ola website, and by you accessing the machine here, when you go into your e-library, you go into our section where it is going to be called www.ola. You go into library. Now you log in on book by Staplon Waigami, where you know Staple here, but you can access it.
He also announced that the office has pledged to donate 2 additional e-library computers to the school this year to further enhancing access to digital learning tools. Oro Provincial Education Advisor Maino Vigoli expressed his gratitude to the National Library and Archives for their continued commitment to improving educational resources in other provinces as well as in Oro.
On what is going to be given. But children, these are very important and very wonderful gifts that has been given for your education. And we'd like to appeal to you that in the schools, when you are using these very important assets, please take care of them. But as much as possible, we'd like you to get into reading the books and using the facilities, the e-library that is going to be launched today. And this will take you a long way as you use the facilities or getting into the library setups and getting the books and reading.
Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The Kina closed lower at $0.2456 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Yokina was buying $0.2381 US, $0.3712 Australian dollars, 0.2010 euro, and 33.40 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copra closed higher, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed lower. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hatok Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
It's becoming increasingly more important to deal with money laundering and countering terrorist financing.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and in the region.
Areas involving politically exposed persons, reporting of suspicious transactions.
The trend is that we have been seeing increasing number of kidney diseases, ones where we can treat and then they recover.
There are existence of clandestine laboratories illicitly producing crystal meth.
Every Monday nights at 7 p.m.
You're watching National EMTV News. People in North Fly District in Western Province aim to plant more than 1 million cocoa trees this year to generate revenue for the district and for the province.
This initiative, supported by the North Fly District Development Authority, will address the increasing population and people's needs. North Fly District member James Donald said a total of 1.2 million polybags and cocoa seedlings were distributed to the people last week to commence the planting. He said they are expected to harvest and process for exporting in the second quarter of 2027, basing on 18 months maturity as advised by the PNG Cocoa Board. Mr. Donald said another 1 million seeds will be planted afterwards. He appealed to his people to venture into cocoa nursery and production, as the North Fly District Development Authority will provide free polybags and seedlings. He urged his people to work the land and generate income for themselves. Amanda Ilaitia, National EMTV News.
And now moving to overseas news, a foreign teenager has been charged with using an app to facilitate contract killings on behalf of an international crime syndicate. The 15-year-old was arrested on Wednesday after investigators said the West Sydney home.
Well, the 15-year-old teen is currently behind bars after being arrested, as you mentioned, yesterday morning. Now, the Australian Federal Police carried out a search in a home in Western Sydney and seized some electronic devices. Now, these electronic devices, the centre of this case, because the 15-year-old teen is being accused of allegedly trying to recruit people to carry out contract killings in places like Sweden and Denmark as part of an ongoing gang conflict in the region. Now, he's being accused of using a communication app to try and recruit people, and so that's what the focus is at the moment. And as I mentioned, he's currently behind bars at the moment. So he's being charged with two very serious offences, which police say that could carry a possible lifetime sentence. I'll just read them out to you. So one of the charges that he's facing is one count was related to murder, and the other charge was related to conspiracy to murder. And so both of these could potentially carry a life sentence. Now, he appeared in a children's court yesterday and was refused bail, and we're expecting that he'll appear in court on June 11.
Israel's defense minister says the country's military will stay inside Gaza indefinitely in a further sign of how far apart Israel and Gaza striking a new ceasefire proposal.
In the weeks since Israel resumed its bombardment of Gaza, shattering the ceasefire and killing more than 1,500 Palestinians in its pursuit of claimed Hamas targets, the country's military has taken control of large parts of Gaza, far more land than it was controlling before the last fragile truce. Israel currently controls around 20% of Gaza, and it's added a significant chunk of land to its so-called security zone, particularly in the south, moving troops in and around the city of Rafah and carving out a new strategic line known as the Morag Corridor, which runs from the Israel-Gaza border to the Mediterranean, encircling the area right up to the Egyptian-Gaza border. Now, Israel's Defence Minister Israel Katz says troops would stay there under any temporary or permanent arrangement in Gaza. In other words, even if a ceasefire deal is brokered, the troops will stay. There's very little, if any, chance that Hamas would ever agree to that. Two of the militant group's central demands are that their fighters are not forced to lay down their weapons and that Israel commits to withdrawing its forces from Gaza. And that's even before talks on a lasting peace start. Hamas has said any ceasefire and hostage release proposal which falls short of that is a political trap. There are hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who've been displaced in the last few weeks since Israel's bombardment resumed, with the IDF issuing evacuation warnings and expanding its existing buffer zone which ran along the border with Gaza. That population is being pushed into an ever-shrinking parcel of the Palestinian territory. Humanitarian agencies say those Gazans are running desperately short of supplies, things such as food and medicines. But Israel's defence minister says the humanitarian blockade Israel has imposed on Gaza will also continue. He claims that the country is looking at ways to restart that humanitarian supply, bypassing Hamas, but hasn't provided any details of how that would work.
The Trump administration has launched a legal action against the state of Maine for refusing to ban transgender athletes from women's and girls' sports.
The Department of Justice accuses Maine of breaching federal laws by defying Donald Trump's executive order to enforce the ban. 5 days ago, the White House tried to cut all federal funding for the state's public schools over the issue. Maine's governor has accused the US president of trying to impose his will on state decisions.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Rukai Sports. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Goodpilla mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Goodpilla data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy, man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
It's becoming increasingly more important to deal with money laundering and countering terrorist financing.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and in the region.
Areas involving politically exposed persons, reporting of suspicious transactions.
The trend is that we have been seeing increasing number of kidney diseases, ones where we can treat and then they recover.
There are existence of clandestine laboratories illicitly producing crystal meth.
Every Monday nights at 7 p.m.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The SP PNG Hunters are fired up as they finally meet the Mackay Cutters this Saturday in a rescheduled Round 1 Host Plus Cup clash at BB Prince Stadium at Mackay in Queensland.
Originally set for March, the match was postponed due to Cyclone Alfred. Now both teams are keen to gain momentum early in the season. SP Hunters coach Paul Aydin said, despite the setback last week, they have reviewed the game and are ready to get into the flow of the match.
Pretty disappointing. We knew they completed well, and we did a lot of review on them. We knew the type of footy they'd play, but we just, I think we didn't show up the game. We completed at 38% in the first half, so I think a lot of our gas was gone well before. We completed well and better in the second half, but I think the damage was done and we just couldn't claw our way back. Even saying that, it was still a close game at the end. The boys never gave in and they fought to the death. And you can see when we get that flow in our game, it almost seems like we're unstoppable. So there's something that we've got to try to capture, I think. It was good footy, but
excitement is especially high for debutant Limby Henry for the upcoming match.
Even though me cry, me feel like you are rugby, but me talk thank you to big man. That firstly me talk thank you to big man. Nah, thank you to Pama to me, or Sabati me to talk. Strong yet to me.
Meanwhile, for this week, look out. SP Hunters player Alex Max shared his experience in the off-season National Rugby League, which helped him build his confidence.
Plenty of boys where me didn't play one time, starting career one time. Me look at stuff Jacob Lott, Lindsay, Limby. Me been install Miox. Preseason was the first game in Diesel Cup. Preseason with Diesel Cup, so me go line in Nubla Sanin there. Like the man Blomla can play Diesel Cup. Time play lobster center on him. Me been come up, so me go Nubla boys come up. Me been come one squad. Me been come stall so.
Natasha Ovoy, Trukai Sports.
FC Genesis women's team has secured a 4-0 victory over Blue Kumuls in the round 3 match of the Port Moresby Soccer Association competition.
FC Genesis dominated the match, scoring 2 goals in its half to bag another victory for the team. FC Genesis team representative Lavinia Hola said despite having proper training, the team managed to control the game.
All about the game plan belum pla, mi play this goal in position lo ball na score match plenty score, but all thing is lo enjoying football belum mi pla. Actually, mi play no training belum pla because I'm pre-season game, so mi play this altogether this kam bumchol na play. No ga don't play training, no ga play something, but mi play ga kam bumim hat one time ting na mi play.
Hola highlighted some key areas that the team will work on to prepare for their next match.
Plan need lo improve more lo all positions belum pla na fitness level belum plan need lo improve bit pla more. Most plenty belum play, they are very young girls, lo play la competition. All plenty belum play young girl tuma, so need lo line plenty more something, plan need lo line.
She also acknowledged the people supporting the team.
First of all, me like to thank you all girls lo commitment lo hard work lo goal, all puti during the weeks or weekends also me pasta can play. Me like to thank you all, na bigpa thank you go lo Auntie Grace one time, Coach Spessy.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Cricket PNG has officially announced the Under-19 Garamut squad to compete in the ICC T20 World Cup East Asia Pacific Division 1 in Japan this month.
The 14-man squad will take part in the qualifier matches commencing on the 24th to the 29th of April against Japan and Fiji. During the event today, Cricket PNG CEO Richard Dunn gave his remarks and also acknowledged the 14-man squad, including the officials.
We're really excited about the fact that they're going away to Japan with a view to winning the qualifying event and qualifying for the ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup in the beginning of 2026. So, yeah, congratulations to Killer and his boys.
Cricket PNG Deputy Board Chairman Rarua Dikana shared same sentiments and also encouraged the young players.
Our Under-19 program has been one of the cornerstones of the success of Cricket PNG. So we haven't taken these qualifiers lightly. We want to maintain that status as the top junior side across the East Asia Pacific region. So these young boys have an enormous task ahead of them to get through this tournament.
The East Asia Pacific Division 1 qualifier in Japan is a pivotal tournament, and the Garamuts have prepared well, including the recent 10-day tour to Queensland with the support of the Australian government's Pacific All Sports program and the Queensland's cricket MOU signed with Cricket PNG earlier this year. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The National Youth Under-16 boys and 16 girls teams are doing their final preparation before departing to their respective OFC qualifying tournament later this month.
The Under-16 boys will be attending the OFC Under-16 qualifying tournament in Tonga, where they will meet in a single qualifying group to determine who will advance to the championships in Solomon Islands later this year. The winner will be qualified to join Group A in Honiara alongside Fiji, Tahiti and the Cook Islands. Group B will feature defending champions New Zealand, Samoa, New Caledonia and host Solomon Islands. Meanwhile, the PNG Under-16 national women's team are preparing for the OFC qualifying tournament in Rarotonga, Cook Island, where they will take on American Samoa and the host Cook Island from April 26 to May 2nd, 2025. They will compete to determine who will advance to the championships later this year in Samoa in August. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Hi kids, I'm Steffi. Join me on Kids Corner for story time, simple and creative arts and crafts, career corner, nature time, field trips, and not forgetting our cartoons and children entertainment shows. Join me every weekdays from 3:30 to 5:30 for Kids Corner on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Primary schools in Enga are ready to participate in the Enga Primary Schools Rugby League competition this month.
Enga Provincial Sports Coordinator Jonah McKay said the competition will begin on April 27, 2025. He advised schools to complete all the individual player registration, insurance fees, and submit to Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League by next week. McKay said Enga Provincial School Rugby League teams for both girls and boys division include June Term 2 break, Highlands Heroes Schools RFL Championships to be held in Wabec, NRL bid selections to start training in November this year, Origin Games, Enga Yellow and Enga Green, and 2025 Enga Schools RFL Grand Final Playoffs. McKay has appealed to the head teachers of respective primary schools throughout Enga province to work closely with his office to ensure rules, regulations, and necessary requirements are compiled accordingly, as safety of the students is paramount in any physical sports. Lauren Jimal, Trukai Sports.
Manchester City has confirmed that the Matilda superstar Mary Fowler has ruptured her ankle.
Fowler sustained the knee injury in her club's FA Cup semi-final loss to Manchester United at the weekend. The injury, which will probably take around 12 months to heal, is less than a year before the Asian Cup, which will be held on Australian soil. Fowler posted on Instagram just a short time ago to say she's in good spirits and ready to tackle rehab.
AFL and Richmond coach Adam Uzey has confirmed that Noah Poulter will be available for senior selection this week.
Bolter has pleaded guilty to assault and is due to be sentenced next week, just 3 days after the Tigers' match against the Gold Coast Suns. Bolter's 6-match suspension ended last week, but he played in the VFL, which Richmond said was not related to his off-field issues.
As a footy club, we've already punished him. We don't want to keep punishing him. So if we decide to play him this weekend, well then that's everyone else's opinion, not ours. But as I said, can we start talking about Gold Coast and not Noah Bolter right now?
Rugby Australia has announced a debt of more than $36 million at its annual general meeting.
But the governing body says they're confident the British and Irish Lions' financial windfall later this year will see them debt-free by the end of 2025. Meanwhile, it's expected that the Queensland Reds coach Les Case will be announced as Wallabies coach.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. From the pasta, the white sauce. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy, man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In Southern Region, Port Moresby City, cloudy periods, isolated showers and thunderstorm. Daru, rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kerema, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Popondetta, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorm. In Mamasa Region, Lay City, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Madang, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Uex, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And Vanimo, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In the New Guinea Island region, Lorengau, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Kavieng, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Kokopo and Rabaul, mostly cloudy with possible showers and thunderstorms. Kimbe, rain periods with possible thunderstorms. And Buka, isolated showers and thunderstorms. In the Islands region, Mount Again City, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka, Bands and Kundiawa, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Thursday, the 17th of April 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets. Coming up next.